Have you ever been lying in bed, wide awake, staring at the ceiling? The clock on your nightstand says 3 a.m. The whole house is quiet. The streets outside are empty. The rest of the world is fast asleep deep in dreamland. But you are awake. For a lot of people, this silence feels scary. They might feel lonely or worried that they aren't sleeping. But for you, maybe there is a tiny part of you that actually likes it. Maybe you feel a sense of peace when the noise of the day finally stops. Maybe you feel like this is the only time you can truly be yourself. If you enjoy your own company, and if you find yourself awake at night while others sleep, society might have told you that something is wrong. They might call you a loner or say you have bad sleeping habits. They might tell you to fix your schedule or try harder to fit in with the morning people. But here at Nocturnal Mind, we look at things differently. We know that being a night owl or someone who loves solitude isn't a problem to be solved. It is actually a sign of a very special kind of brain. Loving your alone time doesn't mean you're antisocial. It doesn't mean you're sad. In fact, psychology, the study of the mind, tells us something very surprising. People who are comfortable being alone often have rare and powerful personality traits. These are traits that help you understand the world better, create amazing things, and feel deeply. Your inability to sleep might not be a flaw. It might just be your brain asking for the quiet space it needs to do its best work. Today, I'm counting down 9 rare traits that people who truly enjoy their own company often have. And deeper than that, I am going to show you what these traits tell us about your insomnia. By the end of this video, you might just realize that your late night wakefulness is actually a hidden strength waiting to be used. These aren't just guesses. We are going to look at real science and studies, explained simply, to prove why your mind is so unique. So get comfortable. Pull the covers up. Let's explore the power of your nocturnal mind. Number 9, they have rock-solid boundaries. Coming in at number 9, people who love being alone have rock-solid boundaries. What does it mean to have a boundary? Imagine your energy is like a house. A boundary is the fence around that house. It has a gate. You get to decide who comes in and who stays out. You get to decide when to open the gate and when to lock it. Many people have a hard time saying no. They let everyone walk into their house whenever they want. They get tired because they are always giving their energy away to friends, family, or work. But if you are someone who craves alone time, you understand that your energy is precious. You know that to be your best self, you need time to recharge. You're not afraid to say, I need some space right now. So how does this connect to your life at night? Think about the nighttime. 2 a.m. is the ultimate boundary. At 2 a.m., nobody's calling your phone. Your boss isn't sending you emails. Your friends aren't asking you to go out. The demands of the world completely stop. If you find that you love being awake at night, it might be because this is the only time your boundaries are fully respected. The night acts like a shield. It protects you from the noise and requests of the day. Psychologists, like those writing for Psychology Today, have noted that people who are comfortable in solitude are often better at managing their social energy. They don't hate people. They just value their own peace. When you lie awake at night, you aren't just not sleeping. You're enjoying a space where no one wants anything from you. This tells us that your insomnia might actually be your brain's way of claiming freedom. During the day, you might have to say yes to a lot of things. At night, the world naturally says no for you. It gives you permission to just exist without performing for anyone else. That feeling of relief you get in the quiet dark, that is the feeling of healthy boundaries. Number 8, they value deep connections over shallow ones. Number 8 on our list is that they value deep connections over shallow ones. People who love being alone usually don't care much for small talk. You know what small talk is? Chatting about the weather or asking, how was your weekend? Without really caring about the answer. It feels a bit fake, doesn't it? It feels like wearing a mask. If you enjoy solitude, you probably crave something real. You would rather have one amazing long conversation with a close friend than go to a loud party with 50 strangers. You want to know what people really think, what they fear, and what they dream about. You value quality, not quantity. This is a very common trait among night owls. Think about the conversations you have late at night. Have you ever stayed up until 4 a.m. talking to a friend or a partner? Those conversations are different, aren't they? The darkness makes people honest. When the lights are low, we drop our guards. We talk about the meaning of life, our childhoods, and our big ideas. Research backs this up. Studies in social psychology show that people who are more introverted or comfortable with solitude tend to have fewer friendships, but the friendships they do have are much stronger and last longer. They invest their energy deeply. If you are awake at night, your brain is likely searching for that depth. During the busy day, everyone is rushing. Conversations are fast and surface level. Your mind, however, wants to dive deep. It isn't satisfied with the shallow end of the pool. When you're lying there awake, you might be replaying conversations in your head. You might be thinking about what someone really meant. This isn't just overthinking. This is your brain trying to find the truth and the depth in your relationships. It shows that you care about what is real. You don't settle for surface-level fluff. Your nocturnal mind is wired for connection that matters. Number 7, they are extremely self-aware. Moving up to number 7, they are extremely self-aware. Self-awareness is a big word, but it just means knowing who you are. It means you understand why you feel happy, why you get angry, and what you want out of life. Most people are so busy running around that they never stop to look in the mirror of their own mind. They react to things without knowing why. But people who spend time alone, they are the experts on themselves. When you are alone, there is no one else to distract you. You have to face your own thoughts. You have to face your own feelings. The American Psychological Association has shared research showing that solitude, spending time alone, can lead to personal growth and self-discovery. When you aren't worried about what other people think of you, you can be honest with yourself. Now, let's talk about the night. The night is the biggest mirror of all. When you lie in bed and cannot sleep, you are often left alone with your thoughts. For some, this is frightening. But for you, this is when you figure things out. You might replay a mistake you made 5 years ago. That can feel annoying, but it is actually your brain trying to learn from it. You might think about who you want to be in the future. You might analyze your own behavior. This high level of self-awareness is a rare gift. Many people go through their whole lives on autopilot. They never stop to ask, who am I? But you do. You do it every night. Your insomnia gives you the time to do this important work. While the world sleeps, you are building a map of your own mind. You know your strengths and your weaknesses better than anyone. This makes you wiser. It means that when you do make a decision, it comes from a place of deep understanding. Your sleepless nights are actually intense study sessions, and the subject you are studying is you. Number 6, they bounce back from hard emotions. Fast coming in at number 6 is a trait called resilience, or the ability to bounce back from hard emotions fast. Life can be tough. We all have bad days. We get sad, we get frustrated, or we get our feelings hurt. Some people try to ignore these feelings. They stay busy, go out drinking, or distract themselves with noise so they don't have to feel the pain. But people who love being alone handle things differently. When they are sad, they don't run away. They sit with the feeling. They retreat into their solitude to process it. It is like having a wound. You need to let it rest and air out so it can heal. There is a study from the University of Rochester that looked at solitude. They found that spending time alone can actually help you manage your emotions better. It reduces the stress of being around others and gives your brain a chance to reset. Think about how this relates to your nights. Have you ever had a really terrible day where everything went wrong? Then you go to bed. You lie awake for hours. You replay the events. You cry or you feel angry. But then, as the sun starts to come up, you feel a little bit lighter. You have processed it. Your nighttime wakefulness is your emotional digestion system. While you are lying there, your brain is sorting through the clutter of emotions. It is filing things away. It is making sense of the chaos. People who sleep instantly might wake up the next day still carrying that stress because they never looked at it. But you faced it in the dark. You wrestled with it. So if you find yourself awake and feeling emotional, know that this is a strength. You are building emotional muscle. You are learning how to soothe yourself without needing anyone else to fix it for you. That ability to bounce back, it is built in the quiet hours of the night. Number 5, they are highly independent. Being independent means you can rely on yourself. You don't need a crowd to tell you what to do. You don't need someone holding your hand for every decision. You are comfortable walking your own path, even if no one else is walking with you. People who love solitude are natural independent thinkers. They don't just follow the herd. Since they spend time alone, they form their own opinions. They read what they want to read, listen to the music they like, and solve problems in their own way. This trait is incredibly strong in night owls and people with insomnia. Why? Because the night forces you to be independent. Think about it. If you have a problem at 3 p.m., you can call a friend, ask a coworker, or go to a store. Help is everywhere. But if you have a problem at 3 a.m., you are on your own. There is no help coming. You have to figure it out yourself. If you are thirsty, you get your own water. If you are worried, you calm yourself down. If you are bored, you entertain yourself. A famous study published in the British Journal of Psychology looked at 15,000 people. They found that for highly intelligent people, spending time alone actually increased their happiness. Why? Because it gave them the freedom to pursue their own goals without interruption. This independence spills over into your day life too. You might notice that at work or school, you are better at working on projects by yourself. You don't need constant supervision. You are a self-starter. Your insomnia has taught you that you are your own best support system. In the middle of the night, when the world is dark and silent, you are the captain of your own ship. That is a powerful kind of confidence that many people never get to develop. Number 4, they feel others' emotions. Deeply, high empathy. We're getting closer to the top. Number 4 is that they feel others' emotions deeply. This is often called having high empathy. Empathy is like having a superpower where you can feel what someone else is feeling. If your friend is sad, you don't just understand it, you feel a heaviness in your own chest. If you see someone happy, you feel a lift in your spirit. Many people who love being alone are actually empaths. They love people, but being around them can be exhausting. It is like being a sponge that soaks up all the water around it. After a day of soaking up everyone else's moods, the sponge is full. It needs to be squeezed out. That is what alone time is for. It is the time to squeeze the sponge. Now let's look at what the research says. Studies suggest that people who are introverted, meaning they gain energy from being alone, often have higher levels of activity in the parts of the brain linked to processing information deeply. They notice tiny changes in facial expressions. They hear the tone in a voice. This connects directly to your sleepless nights. If you're lying awake thinking about a friend who is going through a hard time or worrying about something you saw on the news, it is because your empathy is turned up high. The night is your sanctuary. It is the only time when you aren't being bombarded by other people's energy. It is safe. It is quiet. Your brain needs this downtime to recover from feeling so much during the day. So if you can't sleep because you are worrying about others, try to reframe it. Don't be mad at your brain. Recognize that you have a kind heart. You have a rare ability to connect with the human experience. Your insomnia is often just your empathy needing a break from the noise of the world so it can recharge for tomorrow. Number 3, they love exploring new ideas. High openness. Number 3 is a very exciting trait. They love exploring new ideas. In psychology, we call this high openness to experience. This trait is all about curiosity. It means you have a hungry mind. You want to learn. You want to understand how the universe works. You are interested in art, philosophy, science, or strange mysteries. You're not satisfied with just doing the same boring routine every day. You want to explore. People who enjoy being alone often score very high on this trait. Why? Because when you are alone, your mind is free to wander. You aren't limited by what your friends want to talk about. You can go down a rabbit hole of reading about ancient history or space travel or how to bake the perfect bread. This is a classic trait of the nocturnal mind. Think about what happens when you lie in bed. Your body is still, but your mind is traveling. One minute you're thinking about your grocery list. The next minute you're wondering if aliens exist. Then you're thinking about a book you read 10 years ago. Then you're wondering why cats purr. Some doctors call this a racing mind and say it is bad. But is it? Or is it just a curious mind? There are studies from the University of London that link eveningness, that's the scientific word for being a night owl, with high scores in curiosity and openness. Your brain is seeking stimulation. It is hungry for knowledge. The quiet of the night is the perfect classroom. There are no distractions. It is just you and your ideas. Many great discoveries and inventions were thought of by people lying awake at night, letting their minds wander into new territories. If your brain refuses to shut down because it is asking, what if and why, that is a sign of high intelligence. It is a sign that you are a learner. You aren't just awake, you're exploring. Number 2, they think deeply and introspectively. We are almost at the number 1 spot. Coming in at number 2, they think deeply and introspectively. Have you ever been told you think too much? People who love being alone hear this all the time. Society loves action. They want you to just do it. They don't have patience for people who want to sit and think about it first. But thinking is not a bad thing. Deep thinking is a rare skill. It means you look beneath the surface. You don't just accept things as they are. You analyze them. You look for patterns. You try to understand the root cause of things. This is the core of the night owl experience. The night was made for deep thinkers. When the sun is up, the world is loud. There is traffic, phones ringing, and people talking. It is hard to hear your own thoughts. But at 3:00 a.m., the silence is heavy. In that silence, your thoughts can become very loud and very clear. You might find yourself solving a problem that has been bothering you for weeks. You might have a sudden realization about your life. There is a concept in psychology called need for cognition. It measures how much a person enjoys thinking. People who enjoy solitude usually have a high need for cognition. They enjoy the exercise of using their brain. Your insomnia is often just your brain enjoying a mental workout. It is running a marathon of thoughts. While it can be tiring when you have to wake up early, it is also a sign of a powerful engine under the hood. You are a philosopher in the dark. You are a detective of your own life. While others are sleeping, you are peeling back the layers of reality. That depth, that ability to focus and analyze, that is a superpower that helps you make better choices and understand the world in a way others miss. Number 1, they have exceptional creativity and original thinking. And now we have arrived at number 1, the most powerful rare trait of people who love being alone and living at night. They have exceptional creativity and original thinking. This is the big one. This is the payoff. Creativity isn't just about painting pictures or writing songs. Creativity is the ability to solve problems in new ways. It is the ability to see things differently than everyone else. There is a scientific term for this called divergent thinking. Divergent just means moving in different directions. Imagine you ask a normal thinker, what can you use a brick for? They might say, to build a wall. That is one answer. But if you ask a divergent thinker, they might say, to build a wall, to use as a paperweight, to grind into red dust for painting, to use as a doorstop, to heat up in a fire and warm your bed. They come up with 10 answers instead of one. Here's the amazing news. Research shows a strong link between night owls and this kind of thinking. A study from the Catholic University of the Sacred Heart in Milan, and other research supported by findings at places like Imperial College London, has suggested that evening types, people like you, score higher on tests of original thinking than morning types. Why? Because the night is unconventional. It is a time when the rules don't apply. During the day, we follow rules. We wear uniforms. We stand in line. We follow the clock. At night, the rules dissolve. Your mind feels free to break the mold. When you are alone in the dark, your brain starts to make strange and wonderful connections. Unrelated ideas bump into each other and create something new. That random thought you have at 1 a.m., that is a spark of creativity. That story idea, that solution to a work problem, that sudden urge to rearrange your living room, that is your creative genius coming alive. History is full of writers, artists, and inventors who worked at night. They knew that the solitude gave them the space to be original. They didn't have to fit in, they could just create. So if you are lying awake and your mind is racing with ideas, pictures, or stories, please don't fight it. Don't tell yourself you're broken. You are a creator. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is generating magic in the quiet hours. So there we have it. The 9 rare traits of people who love being alone. From having rock-solid boundaries and valuing deep connections, to being highly independent and empathetic. From exploring new ideas and thinking deeply, all the way to possessing exceptional creativity. When you look at this list, does it sound like a list of flaws? Does it sound like a medical condition that needs to be fixed? No. It sounds like a description of a brilliant, deep, and interesting person. It sounds like you. Society might try to tell you that waking up at 5 a.m. and running a marathon is the only way to be successful. They might say that if you aren't asleep by 10 p.m., you are failing. But they are wrong. Your nocturnal mind is not a mistake. Those hours you spend alone in the dark are not wasted time. They are the hours where you build your character. They are the hours where you heal your emotions. They are the hours where you create your best ideas. Your insomnia isn't a curse. It is the engine of your depth. It is the quiet time your brain demands because it has so much work to do. Work that can't be done in the noise of the day. So, the next time you find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., try not to get angry. Try not to check the clock and panic. Instead, take a deep breath. Feel the comfort of the blankets. Listen to the silence. And say to yourself, my mind is awake because it is powerful. I'm safe here. I'm free here. You need to maybe keep a notebook by your bed. When those creative ideas come, write them down. When those deep thoughts bubble up, capture them. Turn your sleeplessness into your studio. I hope this list has helped you see yourself in a new light, or rather, a new darkness. You are part of a rare group of people who keep the watch while the world sleeps. And the world needs people like you. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like. It really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 9 traits you relate to the most. Let's build this nocturnal mind community together, right here in the comments. Share your stories, support each other, and connect with fellow night owls who finally feel understood. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video that helps turn your nighttime mind into your greatest strength. Share this with another night owl who needs to hear this message today. Thank you for being part of this community. Until next time, embrace the night. Sleep well when you can, and enjoy the quiet when you can't.